Hey, let's decode the ultimate playbook for finally understanding the beautiful yet kinda complex game of soccer.
Feel totally lost watching a match? You're not alone. Actually, over half of first-time viewers feel completely confused. Right when the pace explodes near the goalpost? Yeah, that's exactly where the confusion totally peaks for beginners. And get this, that massive frustration causes literally millions of arguments between fans every single year. But here's the wild part. This massive, worldwide fan debate stems from just one single rule. So, the million-dollar question is, what exactly is this highly controversial rule anyway? Well, we've got to solve this right now because the World Cup is officially coming to the US. Knowing this is basically mandatory before the tournament kicks off. So, you ready to finally master the game?
Okay, let's dive into mastering the pitch for the absolute biggest soccer event in American history. But get this, the rule most Americans get wrong, it's actually not offside. Crazy, right? With World Cup final audiences topping 1 billion viewers, 2026 is literally going to shatter records here. See, casual viewers end up totally confused, while savvy fans get that edge of your seat excitement. So let's conquer that FOMO. Mastering just 5 basic rules is a total game changer for you. Rule 1, basic soccer literacy. Grasping the flow takes you straight from confused outsider to confident fan. Rule 2 is spotting those crucial moments. That way, you never miss the real on-field anticipation. Third, controversial moments. Understanding these means you can argue about bad calls just like a pro. Rule 4 is VAR. This video replay tech is an absolutely essential part of the modern game. And fifth, the infamous offside rule. It's tricky, sure, but it's really not your biggest hurdle. Which brings us back to our big question. What do American fans actually get wrong? It's all about the build-up. Casual fans totally miss the invisible flow that creates game-deciding moments. But armed with this guide, you're ready to join millions celebrating the massive 2026 soccer boom. So the only question left is, are you ready for America's greatest sports invasion? Let's go. Okay, let's dive right into this explainer on soccer's absolutely most debated and misunderstood rule, offside. Be honest, when the ref blows that whistle, do you actually know why, or are you kind of just guessing? Look, it's totally normal to feel lost. It's the rule everyone argues about, but honestly, few actually grasp. Picture a freeze frame. You simply can't be closer to the goal line than the ball and the second last defender. But here's the catch. Your positioning only matters at the exact split second your teammate actually plays the ball. So, if it causes this much of a headache on the pitch, why does this frustrating rule even exist? And this brilliantly illustrates the point. It demands perfectly timed sprints from behind, stopping players from lazily goal hanging. It totally prevents an unfair attacking advantage. It forces teams to actually build up their play together, skillfully. All right, let's clear this up fast. Here's what people think offside is versus the actual on-the-pitch reality. Just standing offside isn't illegal, plus arms absolutely don't count, and you can't be offside in your own half. Because of these tricky details, offside reviews are now literally the #1 most frequent VAR intervention today. Modern tech freezes the frame, catching these microscopic margins that create absolutely massive controversies on the World Cup stage. But as confusing as offside is, the next rule actually changed World Cup history forever. Are you ready for it? Okay, let's dive into this explainer on football's most notorious, blood-boiling rule. Yep, the dreaded handball. We've all felt that absolute gut-wrenching frustration, right? When a controversial whistle just wrecks your team. It's a split-second call-out of totally nowhere, and suddenly, boom, your whole weekend is ruined. So, why are these handball decisions consistently ranked among the sport's absolute most debated calls? And this brilliantly illustrates the impossible choice referees face. Was that contact intentional or just totally accidental? Throw in slow-motion replays, and reality literally distorts. Tiny micro-movements suddenly look like calculated, deliberate actions. So the crucial point is defining this massive gray area, like what's a natural body position while sprinting? Vague referee explanations constantly clash with passionate fans, totally fueling this endless cycle of weekend debate. Let's move to and see how this builds. A handball inside the box guarantees a game-altering penalty, meaning an entire match can literally be won or lost based on just one highly subjective interpretation. But get this, as our source notes, even a handball isn't as devastating. as the rule that can decide an entire World Cup knockout match.
Any guesses what that is?
Okay, let's dive into the raw motion and pure mechanics of the penalty kick. It's literally soccer's most dramatic role, right? Especially when World Cup dreams are totally on the line. It creates this crazy mix, crushing anxiety for the players and electric excitement for us watching. But what exactly shifts when a massive, high-stakes knockout match is completely deadlocked? Well, standard penalties happen mid-game. Shootouts, they're an entirely separate, intense showdown just to break a tie. The format is absolutely brutal. Just 5 kicks for each team, immediately followed by sudden death. The psychological weight here is off the charts, and almost all that pressure lands squarely on the kicker. At the elite level, these guys are insanely accurate, converting roughly 75 to 80% of their kicks. Because odds are so high, scoring is the baseline expectation. Missing one? It feels absolutely catastrophic. But hey, what about the isolated goalkeeper staring them down, facing those nearly impossible odds? There's actually a fascinating, little-known rule for the goalkeeper that completely upends this whole dynamic. So how exactly does this hidden variable flip the balance of soccer's ultimate psychological showdown? Okay, let's dive into this. Goalies are famous for using their hands, right? But strict rules actually limit that. So the crucial point is knowing exactly when these ultimate hand players are literally forced to use their feet. Take the back pass rule. It's not just some random restriction. It deliberately cured a massive historical time-wasting problem. And this brilliantly illustrates the shift. We went from agonizingly slow, defensive stalling to thrilling, fast-paced modern gameplay. Banning hands on those deliberate back passes literally supercharged the sport. It instantly and dramatically increased attacking play everywhere. Let's move to and see how this builds. Because this single number completely alters a goalkeeper's entire psychological mindset. You see, keepers cannot hold the ball forever. They're locked into a high-tension, strictly enforced 6-second clock. During that tense countdown, just holding, bouncing, or tossing the ball up all count as possession against the clock. So, why the intense rush? Well, it absolutely forces the keeper to distribute, keeping the game's momentum alive. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that one specific restriction still causes furious arguments every World Cup. That massive global controversy, it centers entirely around the incredibly unforgiving mechanics of penalty kick positioning. In that ultimate high-stakes showdown, where exactly must the keeper stand to avoid an agonizing penalty retake? It's super strict. The keeper must face the kicker directly and keep at least 1 foot touching the line. Those intense micro-margins absolutely matter. They're exactly why this positioning rule creates endless, agonizing VAR controversies today. So, as tactics constantly shift, how will future rule changes continue to evolve our beautiful game? Today, we're unpacking the VAR revolution. It's totally changing modern football. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Knowing exactly how these rules work will absolutely change how you watch the game. Now, VAR doesn't literally check everything. It only reviews 4 specific situations. Here's the cold hard logic. First up, goals. VAR reviews the entire buildup. It's basically the ultimate buzzkill or your team's absolute savior. Next is penalties. They meticulously check for any fouls right inside the box, where the stakes are insanely high. Then, red cards. This system steps in to confirm serious, match-altering offenses that lead to direct sending-offs. Finally, mistaken identity. Just making sure the ref doesn't penalize the wrong guy. And honestly, that's the whole shebang. Let's see how this builds. Does it actually work? Well, the stats show a massive improvement in tournament accuracy. Still, we're fiercely split, right? Some fans love the undeniable fairness, but others literally despise those agonizing mood-killing delays. So, the crucial point is, VAR has trapped the sport in this endless loop of controversy, debate, and revelation. Which leaves us with a huge question. Is chasing perfect precision actually worth sacrificing the raw passion of football? Hey there, welcome to this explainer. We're getting you completely ready for the 2026 World Cup's most confusing rules. So how many do you actually know? Stick around because we're revealing soccer's absolute most misunderstood rule later. All right, let's dive into the infamous offside rule. It's so tricky, even lifelong diehard fans get it wrong. Basically, an attacker must be level with or behind that second-to-last defender exactly when the pass is played. Smart defenses completely exploit this. They'll step up in unison, trapping attackers offside right as the ball's kicked. Okay, rapid quiz time. Watching chaotic plays unfold like this, would you actually blow the whistle for handball? While the absolute key here is spotting a deliberate move toward the ball versus a totally accidental arm position. Refs have to instantly judge, did the player make their body unnaturally bigger to illegally block that ball? Let's step right into the ultimate pressure cooker, the insane, high-stakes drama of a penalty kick. Just imagine that mental countdown ticking in your head before taking a massive, tournament-deciding shot. One whistle can alter history forever. Just think of Roberto Baggio's tragically famous 1994 miss that shocked the world. Which brings us to the most polarizing addition to modern soccer today, the video assistant referee, or VAR. Now, with every controversial call analyzed frame by frame, fans are all asking the same thing. Should VAR stay or go? VAR undoubtedly boosts referee accuracy, but critics argue it completely kills the beautiful game's natural momentum. Love it or absolutely hate it, digital oversight has undeniably transformed how we'll experience the 2026 World Cup.
So which rule surprised you most? And honestly, will this technology save the beautiful game or ruin it?